In the top stories, PAM chairman to take objections with voters list to the court. Current COVID-19 protocols for incoming travelers remain, and Miss JC's 2022 returns home. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Family fun days are here. Now is the time for movie marathons, tasty treats, and outdoor fun. At Courts, we have the TVs, appliances, grills, pools, and more to make your home the place to be. Get it all today with no cash when you shop with Courts Ready Finance. Family fun days are on now. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends July 23rd. Conditions apply.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Kyla Barrage. Chairman of the People's Action Movement, Jonell Powell, says he will be filing a court case objecting to names on the most recently published voters list released on Tuesday, July 26th. In an interview with ZIZ News on Friday, Mr. Powell said that the list contains names that have been objected to, and according to him, they should not be included.
When the revised list for the month of May was published on the 15th of July, there was still, and up to today, there are still outstanding objections. They are having hearings still, hearings that have been heard, there are still no determination of those hearings. And so it is against the law, or it goes against the law, to have published a revised list on the 15th, knowing that you still have outstanding objections in relation to names on the mail list.
He said he has raised the issue with the Electoral Office and the Electoral Commission, but has received no response.
1 week ago, I wrote to the Supervisor of Elections, copying the Electoral Commission on this matter. To date, I have not been afforded even a response or acknowledgement of that letter, a response to or an acknowledgement of that letter. And so it is within my legal and constitutional right to move the court to address these issues and to have them dealt with. I'm not asking for any special treatment. I just want a level playing field.
ZIZ News reached out to Election Supervisor-elect Elvin Bailey for a response. He said he had no comment on the matter. The Federal Cabinet has approved the recommendation of the National COVID-19 Task Force that there be no change to the health and travel protocols that are required by all travelers entering St. Kitts and Nevis. The National COVID-19 Task Force met on Tuesday at NEMA headquarters. A number of matters were discussed, and the task force submitted its report to the Federal Cabinet, in which they made certain recommendations. In its report, the task force stated that it continues its mission to reduce the risk of importation of cases of the novel coronavirus into the Federation, while at the same time doing everything possible to control and contain community transmission of the virus and to save lives. The health and travel protocols were discussed, and it was agreed that the existing protocols will remain in place. The current version was introduced on April 1st, 2022. More than 3,000 visitors came into the country for the music festival, and they were processed using the existing protocols. The Cabinet has therefore approved the recommendations of the COVID-19 task force and supports the position that the current entry protocols for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis remains in place until further notice. In spite of the fact that there might soon be an influx of returning nationals following the announcement that the general elections is scheduled for Friday, August 5th, 2022. Reigning National Carnival Queen and new Miss JC's Nakira Nichols returned home on Friday morning wearing her new crown as she walked through the welcome lounge of Kayanjet. The 59th edition of the Miss JC's pageant was held on Wednesday night in Antigua and Barbuda. She expressed thanks for all the support.
First, I want to really give gratitude and thanking everyone, all of the citizens, everyone for supporting me throughout my journey for Miss St. Kitts, and of course for the Miss JC's Queen pageant. I saw all the flags on the light, and I'm really appreciative for all the support throughout the journey and throughout the show. Thank you very much. I love you guys.
Welcoming the new Queen back home, Trevicia Adams, the chair of the National Carnival Queen Pageant Committee, spoke of how proud she was.
On behalf of the National Carnival Queen Pageant Committee, the National Carnival Committee, and the 2021 National Carnival Queen contestants, we just want to thank you for representing the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis so proud. We are always happy from the Carnival Committee perspective when our contestants are able to represent our federation. But we are always 1 ounce happier when our queen wins, and we are elated for you. We are happy and we are extremely proud. And we want to also thank your chaperone, Miss Ozel Martin, the Miss JC's veteran chaperone, for also sticking around with you. She was with you for the National Carnival Queen pageant, and she was also with you for the Miss JC's pageant. And we want to thank you, Ozel, for always being able to assist our queens in representing St. Kitts and Nevis at the base.
Nichols was chaperoned by Ozel Martin, who accompanied her to Antigua. 40 children from the rural area of St. Kitts wrapped up a week of interactive learning sessions on Friday, having participated in the Ministry of Tourism's annual Green Tourism Camp with a visit to Armstrong Farms. The Green Tourism Camp is a major activity under the Plastic Free July banner, as it aims to educate and sensitize children early on about becoming eco-friendly. Tourism Education Officer Samantha Boone outlined some of the activities held for the children.
We had presentations from the Department of Environment on the harmful effects of pollution on the environment. We also had presentations from the Department of Agriculture on plant propagation and transplanting. We also had a presentation from the Sea Turtle Monitoring Agency network, where they spoke to the kids about pollution and the effects of pollution on the sea animals. We had a presentation from the Republic of China on Taiwan on recycling. We also had a recycling competition which went through the entire week, where the kids would have brought in plastic bottles throughout the week. So it has been a whole experience. As I said, we're here at the Armstrong Farm, where the kids have experienced their own little tourist activities, where they have picked fruits, star apple. What else did we pick? Guava, wax apple.
Kaib Armstrong of Armstrong Farms said the business was pleased to host the children on their final day of camp.
It was definitely a pleasure hosting the final day for the children who participated in the tourism camp. They came to Armstrong Farms, where they did a fruit picking experience, and now they're about to have a meal. I can tell that they had lots and lots of fun, and even from hearing the coordinator speak, I was very happy to hear that they learned about, sustainable farming. They learned about the environment. Children at that age are very receptive, and I think once we start teaching them early about caring for the environment, how they could recycle and reuse, and of course love on our beautiful planet, I think that they'll take it up into adulthood. Again, it was a pleasure having them here on the farm.
The Green Tourism Camp, which took place from July 25th to 29th, was guided by the theme Protecting Our People, Plants and Planet. The week-long camp focused on green tourism and sustainability. After the break, Astro is Cultura Makaiso Monarch, and policies to protect from smoking and sugar-sweetened beverages outlined. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
When my mom was a child, my grandma was only able to provide just what they needed. When my mom got older, she was then able to provide what they needed and some. But now, with FlexPay, I am able to get everything we need and lots more with cashback.
Wow, Mom, I hope this never ends.
For the last 25 years, SN Hospice Company Limited has given customers millions in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase in their never-ending cashback.
West Indies cricket action is back. It's time to rally around the new cricket generation as the West Indies takes on India. Come live, party and cheer on the West Indies in 2 back-to-back T20 internationals on Monday, August 1st and Tuesday, August 2nd at Warner Park. Don't miss out. Get your tickets online now at tickets.windiestickets.com. Check out windiescricket.com for more details.
Calling all changemakers, community leaders, and NGOs. Get ready for more power to make a difference. In 7 days, don't miss the live launch on facebook.com/republicbankskn.
Welcome back. Oscar Astro Brown has won the Culturama 48 TDC Senior Kaiso Monarch title. On Thursday, 8 Calypsonians faced off in 2 rounds, performing 1 song each round. At the end of the night, King Astro took the crown, scoring 826 points with his song Dispel and Movie. Keith This and That Scarborough placed first runner-up with 809 points, with Dunce Like a Bat and Deplot. And Andrew King Hollywood Nisbet came in at second runner-up with 806 points with his song Dundee Nonsense and Everybody Needs Somebody. Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister of Culture in the Nevis Island Administration, congratulated King Astro on winning his 5th Kaiso crown. The veteran Calypsonian, who is the reigning national Calypso monarch, had last won the Kaiso crown in Nevis in 2015. The Culturama 48 activities continued with the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank Soca Monarch finals on Friday. The Ministry of Health is working to implement a policy to protect the general public from the harmful effects of smoking by placing a ban on stimulants such as tobacco, cigarettes and cigars, to name a few, in public places. The Ministry of Health is also working towards the development of a sugar-sweetened beverage policy and has completed island consultations and focus group meetings to gain feedback from the general public. It is hoped that such a policy will reduce the rate of obesity and diabetes among the population. During her appearance on Working for You, Verna Edwards-France, health educator counselor, said protecting citizens and residents from the harmful effects of second-hand and third-hand smoke is important to protecting the public from contracting non-communicable diseases.
What we are doing is trying to create those policies that will protect us. And saying a policy that just come up with a policy, it's easier said than done, because you're always going to get pushback. Right? You're always going to get pushback. St. Kitts does not have a large smoking population, and when I say smoking, we're talking about tobacco. A large tobacco smoking population, but we simply cannot put a ban on it because it affects so many other institutions.
She said implementing policies is no easy task, as consultations must be carried out with numerous stakeholders. She also spoke about a number of educational programs to promote healthy eating lifestyles.
We try our best in the Ministry of Health to ensure that we create and provide sufficient programs that will provide the education that the general public needs, no matter what the subject is. It's one of the reasons we created In Your Kitchen. With the In Your Kitchen program, it's more than just showing persons how to create quick meals. We have programs within that program how to teach you how to read your nutrition facts label. We encourage persons to turn the label around and read what is in the food that you are buying at the supermarket.
In collaboration with the Taiwan ICDF, the program is intended to produce short videos and to teach people how to prepare easy, healthy dishes that will help to maintain a healthy condition and manage their illnesses. In each video, the main ingredients are highlighted, showing their health benefits to lower the risk of metabolic syndrome, such as high blood sugar, hypertension, and high cholesterol. Traffic restrictions will be in effect on Monday and Tuesday as a result of cricket matches that will be played at the Warner Park Cricket Stadium. On August 1st, the second T20I matchup between West Indies and India will begin at 10:30 a.m. On the 2nd of August, the third T20I matchup will begin at 10:30 a.m. According to a statement from the police, traffic will flow in one direction, north along Victoria Road. Traffic will also flow north to south along East Park Range and exit east along the street north of National Housing Corporation NHC. Drivers will also travel eastward along Lozak Road from Hart Street to Victoria Road and westward along Lozak Road to Hart Street to Wellington Road. The following parking restrictions will also be in effect. No parking along Victoria Road between Bastia High and Lozak Road. No parking along East Park Range between Bastia High and Lozak Road. And no parking along Lozak Road between Hart Street and Victoria Road. Parking will only be permitted for VIPs and government officials on Lozak Road. Teams and match officials will enter through the gate on East Park Range and park in the parking lot behind the media center. The Governor General, organizing committee members and sponsors will park in the tennis court parking lot and Carnival City. Persons must present the appropriate parking passes to gain access to designated areas. 6 St. Kitts and Nevis citizens have recently graduated from Cuban universities. They are Dr. Verwencia Woodley of Sandy Point, Dr. Joanne Wilshire of Sandy Point, Dr. Shanelka Maynard of Gingerland, and Dr. Algeron Ordain of Old Road, who studied medicine at the University of Medical Sciences in Guantanamo, Cuba. Similarly, Ava Spencer of Old Road and Carrie Busu of Hickman's Village each graduated with a BSc in Medical Imaging and Radiation Physics. Spencer graduated with honors. The two pursued their careers at the University of Medical Sciences in Santiago, Cuba. The graduation ceremonies took place in Guantanamo on Thursday, 21st July, and in Santiago on Friday, 22nd July. Counselor at the Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in Havana, Winston Hanley, attended and later interacted with local government authorities and administrative bodies from both universities and provinces. The new medical doctors said they are grateful to the governments of St. Kitts and Nevis and Cuba for the career opportunities afforded them and look forward to contributing to the health security of the country. Mr. Davisharan Bukshan from St. Peter's, currently studying at the University of Medical Sciences in Santiago de Cuba, will soon graduate in August as a medical doctor. The Embassy of St. Kitts and Nevis in Havana has congratulated the 2022 graduates for working hard to achieve this milestone. In a statement, the embassy said, quote, "We know the journey was very long and difficult, especially during their final 2 years when their studies were interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Kudos to the young, enthusiastic professionals who persevered even in the wake of uncertainties," end quote. Coming up in regional news, no salaries for suspended parliamentarians in Guyana. The details when we come back.